Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Luna. Hope you're all doing well. And this afternoon's video is going to be a challenge video, but I'll get back to that in a second. I'd just like to say thank you to all my new and old subscribers. I didn't realise until a few days ago, funnily enough, that I've actually passed 700 subscribers. Or at least I'm about 720 something. I haven't, excuse me. So I'd just like to say thank you for all your support, new and old. And when I get to about 8, I've got some pretty interesting stuff put to one side for a decent giveaway. So I'll do a nice giveaway when I get to 800 subscribers, as I didn't really notice me passing this milestone. But anyway, thank you all again, and with that, let's get on with today's video. And it is a challenge that was put out by CRA diecast, and it is the vintage pre-1960s or 1960 challenge. So basically show your pre-1960s model cars. So that is what we are going to do. I don't think it means actually show your vintage pieces from 1960, just cars that are modelled on the 1960s. I thought I'd just clear that up anyway as well. With that, we'll get straight into it. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickly throat today, so I cough a few times. I do apologise. And with that, as you can see in the background, there is a Matchbox Porsche. It is a Porsche 550A Spider, and it is from 19. The model is from 19. The actual model is modelled on a 1955, and this is one that I did a wheel swap and detail on. As when I got it, even though Matchbox did a really good job with it, I wanted to make it look more like the James Dean car, so I gave it some green light wheels that are similar to what would have been on the car and fill up the arches a bit better than the Matchbox ones that didn't. A little bit of a plate on the back, and gave it some red seats, a new steering wheel, and that was about it really. It didn't need a lot. It was a great model to start with. Just in my opinion, they'd made it look so much like the James Dean car with the little lines on the back and whatnot, but so that's basically what this is. So anyway, that is pretty cool, as you can see. And this is obviously, like I said, it should say, no it doesn't, yeah, there you go, 1955. So that'll be my first piece. And then my second piece will go straight in with another Matchbox, but this actually is a vintage Matchbox, and I can't remember the date of it. I know it's from the 50s, and this is, oh, it looks a bit battered and chipped, but I'm leaving it as it is. So it says Bedford. So this is a Bedford milk float. Excuse me. I haven't got round to doing anything to this. I want to give us a bit of a clean up at some point. I'm going to pop the axles off and straighten them out and give them a bit of a clean up, and that's about it really. I'm going to leave it alone because, like I said, this is an original early Matchbox from the at least the late 50s anyway. So that is piece number 2. So that is pretty cool. And then piece number 3 is a Hot Wheels, and it is a 1957 or 57 Chevy Bel Air. And this is one I've shown quite a few times in the past, but it is just very nicely done. And this is quite old in its own rights. This was something that I had, I can't remember where I got it from now, but I know when I got it, it had been blistered for 20 years in its blister pack when I got it about a year ago. So it is in really nice condition for something that sat this blister for 20 years. But this is the 57 Chevy. So there we go, 1957. So pretty cool. So that'll be my third piece. I'm going to show about 10 pieces today. Going back to Matchbox, and this one is the 56 Powell Sports Pickup in yellow. They've done it in a different colour, I think maybe red now, I can't remember now, but I have it in the yellow. And this is quite an unusual looking car. The real car is unusual. They've done a good job, Matchbox, being this is a basic car. So you've got the tampoed lights and grille, which is done quite nice. It says Powell on the front, and the back's pretty plain. Then the back's done quite nice. You've got Powell on the license plate, which is a nice touch. And I believe these are drawers on the real vehicle that pull out, I believe. And then you've got a bit of a checkered kick plate there. And I don't understand how it's a sports wagon, but maybe it was because it was just a handy wagon back in the days, and I think that's why they used to call things sport. So there you go, 56 Powell sport pickup. So it probably just meant that you could do all sorts of stuff with it, fishing, whatever, utility. So that is piece number 4, sorry. And then number 5 is going to be one from Johnny Lightning, and it will be a 1951 Hudson Hornet with these awesome silver flames with the black. And this is, I think this is from the, and I've completely forgot what range this is from. I will leave in a bit what it's from, but I've completely had a blank. But this is a 51 Hudson Hornet, very nicely done from Johnny Lightning. So you've got Hornet on the side, and you've got some plate detail. There used to be on these sort of Hornet badge on the back, but this one doesn't seem to have it. And you've got the awesome, if I can get a bonnet to open, the twin 6, or it's a 6-cylinder with a twin H, sorry. So it's a flathead 6 with the twin H power carbs. But it is a very nicely done piece. That's number 5. And number 6 is going to be another one from Matchbox, and I believe this is a 32 Ford pickup. I think this is a 50th anniversary super fast edition, but this is very nicely done from Matchbox. They did do quite a nice job on this. So you've got all the fronts tampered in, nice lights, and if I can get them to open, got a long enough nail, pop, oh there you go, opening door. So pretty cool, and look underneath. And it just says, yeah, 32 Ford pickup. So that is cool as well. So now we're up to piece number, that's number 7. So number 8 is going to be from Hot Wheels RLC. It is the 41 Willys Gasser. This is the wild blue version. There is, I think, there's another 2 versions of this. There's an orange version, and there is the, I can't remember again, I think it's called Bloodshot, possibly, which is the really rare one, which was a convention piece. This one's not as rare as the other 2, as this is the, I think this is the selections winner, but it is a very nice piece, very nicely done. So you can see there you've got seat belts, roll bar, separate steering wheel. I don't know if I can get it, possibly, let's see if we can get the next zoom on. But there is a foot pedal. But when you look at it with a torch, it's really, there you go. Very nicely done. So it's actually even got the throttle pedal. And obviously you've got the 392 cubic inch. And let's go to zoom out a little bit now. Now this engine has got the pipes have been like as if it's been ran with that sort of blue purple. And they're actually metal pipes. These aren't plastic, these are actually metal. So they've done a really good job of this. As you can see, it's got the pulleys and the belt on the front there, blower belt. But this is an awesome piece. I don't get out very often because most of my models, this is a good thing about doing these challenges, is most of my models are either packed away, because obviously, like us all, we've all got, I can't display them all at the moment as I don't have enough wall space, but a lot of my premium stuff is on display. So this is on display. Very cool. So that is piece number 8. And then we're going to go in with a bit of a novelty one. We're going to go in with the Monsters coach, or Barris coach. This is from Johnny Lightning. This was made out of 3 4 Model Ts, and I think, if I remember rightly, so even though this is probably made in the 60s for the show, the original one, obviously it came from car parts, so it were actually from, you know, when the Model T came out. So the Model T was finished, as far as I was aware of, by 1927 or something like that. So this is parts from at least, you know, the teens or the early 20s that would have been made into making this piece for, you know, when they put the car together from the 3 different Model Ts. And it has, if I remember rightly, it had a 289 Ford engine in it. I think it had a 289 cubic inch Ford engine, I think, and it had 10 Carter, or it has 10 Carter carbs. So it's got a bit of get up, but I just thought that would be a an unusual piece to show, but it's cool. And again, this one is on display, so it's good to get it out and dust it off from the cabinet. So that is the Barris Coach. So I think that's piece number 9. Piece number 10 is going to be another one from Johnny Lightning, and this is obviously a 59 Cadillac. This is from the Ghostbusters 1 original Ghostbusters movie, so it's got all the paraphernalia on it from what the Ecto 1 would have had. I'm just trying to think now. This, I think in the film they made out that this was a coroner's car, but these were used for everything back in the day, from ambulances to coroner's cars, you know, funeral cars and all that type of stuff. I'm not sure what the platform of this car is. I think it shares the same platform as the larger Cadillac from 59, which was the Eldorado. I think it shares the same, but I can't remember the actual name to this, because this was actually made by a coach company, or bespokely. This was bespokely made, as far as I'm aware of, for the ambulances and stuff. So they have actually got a slightly different name, but it's still a 59 Cadillac anyway. And I'm sure you lot are leaving the comments what these cars were actually, the actual full name. But Johnny Lightning did a good job on this anyway. So that is that. So let's just have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, this is, sorry, I've got ahead of myself. The last piece, this is number 10. And this is, as far as I'm on my minutes now, I think this is a 49. This is a 49 Land Rover Tickford two-tone. And this is from Oxford diecast. It is in 1/43 scale, but it is a awesome looking piece. Oxford do some really good stuff in 1/43. They do good stuff in all their scales. They do a lot of 1/43 scale, and they do a lot of 1/76 scale. I think it's like train scale. They do a lot of that, but they don't do, as far as I'm aware of, much 1/64. At least I haven't come across any, but if they did, they would be right up there with the rest of the decent makes, because this wasn't that expensive when I compare how much some of my super premium 1/64 scales have cost, and I think this was about £25. But it is very nicely done. As you can see, the paint on it is flawless. You've got the battery box there. It does roll really quite nicely. You can see it has awesome interior detail. If I can get my camera to behave, let's have a little look. Can I? But you can see it's all done very nicely. Some of the gauges there, and you can see the seats look like they would fold. But it is very nicely done. Has a photo etched grille with the lights behind it, and there's the underneath. So you can see Land Rover Tickford, made by Oxford. Pretty plain underneath. The exhaust is done nice. But these came out, like I said, this was, as far as I'm aware of, Land Rover wanted to make a sort of a wagon type version, so they brought out the Tickford in 49. This was the body that was made by Tickford. So in real life, this is quite an unusual Land Rover, and in model scale it is nice to have. But anyway, with that, that'll be my cars for CRA diecasts, pre-1960s models. Check him out, cool channel, does some great videos, and this is a cool challenge. And like I said before, these challenges, they're good to do, as it, you know, sort of gets a chance to get some of the models out that you wouldn't usually see that often. And with that, I've still got another challenge to do. I'm a bit behind my challenges at the minute. I've got another one to do. I will try and get it done today. I've also got some unusual diecast. I picked up some 1/43 scale yesterday. Quite unusual. Wasn't a lot. Very, very cheap. But I'm going to upload a video when I'm going to try and figure out what the cars are. All I'm going to say is that they are, I think they're Russian cars. They're not Russian made models. They're still Chinese made models. I'm just trying to figure out what companies made them and what the actual cars are. But they're quite unusual, so that should be interesting. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more unboxings, challenges, vintage pieces, wheel swaps, restorations, customs and all that good stuff. And with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.